In case you haven't heard it recently, I would like to be one of the first to tell you or to remind you that your worth is not in your weight. It's not. Hang tight. We're going to talk about it. This is Looking for My Fit.
You may not have everything you like, but I'm here to bring it light. Take a seat, join the ride. Elephant if it goes down tonight. We'll bring the party right to you. If you wanna laugh, hear good news. Bring your friends, family too. Looking for my fit is what I do. Looking for my fit, looking for my fit, yeah. Looking for my fit, looking for my fit, yeah. Looking for my fit, looking for my fit, yeah. Looking for my fit, looking for my fit, yeah.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Looking for My Fit podcast. My name is Meek, and I'm so happy you're here. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome, y'all. I'm so happy you decided to press play. I hope that you enjoy it, and that after you finish listening, that you'll go back and catch up on all the other episodes. And if you are a returning listener, I want to say thank you and welcome back. I had a few things I wanted to talk about today, but this one keeps weighing on me. And so I feel like there's somebody who needs to hear it right now. So if it is you, thank you, because it has been weighing on me and this is for you. Here's something I need you to hear, and I need you to hear it loud and clear. Your worth is not in your weight. Okay? It's not. I recently have seen a lot of different posts with people talking about how many pounds away they are from hitting their goal weight. And while I support you leading a healthier lifestyle, exercising and doing the things that you need to do to, be healthier, I just I don't like to see where the ultimate goal is a number on the scale. And this is not from a place of, this is not from me standing up on a soapbox, looking down, being condescending. This is from a place of experience, because I've been there, done that 55 million gazillion times. And I'll be the one to tell you that usually doesn't end well. It doesn't. Ask me how many times I've had a goal weight, I've hit it, and then ended up having to start over and have the goal to try to get back to that weight. And there's a reason. It's because that can't be your ultimate reason for working out and living a heavier lifestyle. So, two things I want to say. Number one, I have never walked up to anyone and said, "Hey, nice to meet you. Look, stand still for a second. You look like you weigh about 195. Am I right?" I've never, and nobody has ever walked up to me and said that either. Never, ever. So the question is, if you are not wondering every time you see somebody what they weigh, the question is, why are you putting so much emphasis on the number on the scale? Like, when you really think about it, like, let's really think about it. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, because that number is not telling you a lot of things. Back up even more. You do realize that the number on the scale is telling you what everything weighs: your bones, your organs, any food that you've had that day, any beverage that you've consumed. All of that is on the scale. So, like, it's not just, oh my gosh, I weigh this and this is all body fat. No, you have a whole skeleton underneath here. You got skeleton, blood, tissue, muscle, organs. Every single bit of that is accounted for on the scale. And we get on there and we're, oh my gosh. I'm like, come on, y'all. No. We've got to fall back. Now, let me put a disclaimer. I know that there are some people who are living with something that's more serious than just, wanting to lose weight. I realize that people deal with different types of eating disorders. And so I'm not speaking on that. And if that is your truth, then I, would like to suggest that you go and speak to a specialist, go and see your primary health care physician so that they can give you a recommendation for someone you can speak to who can help you navigate that. But I'm speaking to, the person who wants to get healthy and who is starting a new workout routine, but whose primary goal is to hit a certain number on the scale. My challenge to you is to pick something else as your why. If you pick, and I know I said two things earlier. Y'all know me. I go off on my tangents. I appreciate y'all for loving me just as I am. Let me tell you why that didn't work for me and why I know it doesn't work for most people. So I set a number, right? I got this number. So I'll tell you number. My number used to be 135. I don't weigh 130. I'm not even close. I don't remember the last time I've seen anything that even remotely was close to 135. But that used to be my magic number. I want to get to 135. And then one day I got this number in mind. I'm exercising. I'm getting up in the mornings, and I am, making sure that I work out, and I'm being mindful of everything that I'm eating because I want to see this number on the scale. Now, as I'm working towards this number on the scale, there are things that are going on in this process. Part of my routine also included wake up, use the bathroom, take off all my clothes, get on the scale, peep down at it to see if there's a certain position that I can possibly stand in. Do I need to lean to the right, lean to the left, put a little bit more weight to the back, rock forward a little bit? Should I hold my head up high? Whatever it's going to take for that number that's bouncing around to end up on a number that's going to set me up for a great day, because I'm going to feel amazing that this number has dropped on the scale. Does that sound familiar to you? It probably sounds familiar to a lot of people. Now, that number determines a lot of things. One, did it go down? Oh, yeah, we killing the game. Let's go. I have a little bit more wiggle room today to eat something that I enjoy. If the number is not what I was looking for, why am I even showing up? Why am I continuing to do this just for this number to sit still? You know what? If the number is just going to sit still or go up, I might as well eat what I want to eat anyway. So now let me decide which donut shop I'm going to stop at on my way to work. Either way, it ended up in me rewarding myself with something that I have been withholding from myself in an effort to get to a certain number on the scale. So there's that part. The other thing is, when I finally get to that number, so everything that I've been working towards, everything that I've had to eat, everything that I have not eaten, the exercises that I have done, and yeah, I'm telling you, I've done some crazy stuff. Like, I'm not even going to drink this water at night because that might be more water weight, more weight that shows up on the scale. I've done all of that. But on the day when I hit that magic number, I popped on that scale. I looked down, I saw that 135. And guess what? Nothing, y'all. No confetti. Nobody jumped out. There was no party. There were no balloons. No confetti. Nobody noticed. Like, oh my gosh, you hit 135 today, didn't you, girl? Girl, did you hit 135 today? Nobody could tell. The clothes that I was wearing that day were the same clothes I wore the day before when I weighed 136. Same exact clothes. The issues that I needed to deal with when I weighed 136 were still there when I weighed 135. They didn't go anywhere. The job that I was working at 136 is the same job that I went back to when I was 135. Y'all, nothing major happened. So now I had this major letdown because I've put all of my heart, soul, grit, focus on hitting 135. And I got here and there was no climax to it at all. There was like nothing different. Nobody could tell. I couldn't tell. And now this thing that I've, been focused on for so long, I've attained it. And now I feel nothing. And that can be a letdown. That's a letdown because the question then is like, well, now what? And a lot of times for me, it was like, well, hey, look, you did it. And let's go have some of those foods you've been let's go have some of those foods you've been avoiding, girl. Woof, we made it. Let's go take in all those things we've been skipping over. And y'all, and that eventually leads to me then starting back over on the quest to get to 135 because eventually I would put that weight back on. And now I'm aiming for it again. What I learned over time, one, I have no scales in my house. I don't weigh myself unless I'm getting on an in-body machine at the gym where it can give me the full breakdown of my body composition. I'm talking about everything, your body fat mass, your lean muscle mass, water, everything. It tells me everything. And I'm not even looking at my weight. I'm just focusing on that muscle. I'm focusing on my body fat mass and I'm focused on my percentage of body fat. That's the goal for me. I truly couldn't care less what I weigh. I focus on those things. The reason I've been able to attain a certain or maintain this lifestyle of fitness is not because I'm a trainer, because I had gotten to a great point before I even decided to become certified. It was because I had to change my goals. And not even my goals, but let's take that back. I'm reading Atomic Habits by James Clear. Oof. I was reading Believe Bigger, and I finished that. Amazing. Absolutely. You should read it. And now I moved on to Atomic Habits. And let me tell you something. I'm already blown away and I just got started. But one of the things that he pointed out was a lot of times we're working towards goals when really what we need to be focusing on is the systems that we are creating for ourselves. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, that's what I did unknowingly. I didn't call it a system, but created a system for my lifestyle that allowed me to be so consistent with working out, even when my nutrition is very subpar. And I have some very subpar moments, but even then, it's because I have now built the habit of working out and taking care of myself because it's deeper than trying to hit a weight. I don't have a goal weight. I don't have an ultimate goal per se that I'm trying to get to. So the things that I focus on is like, why do you show up? I show up because one, it makes my mood so much better. Doesn't matter if I didn't want to go and I go to the gym kicking and screaming. When that workout is over, I'm always so happy that I did it. There's, this endorphin high. You feel amazing. Your mood is better. You have more energy, which sounds like you wouldn't because you're like, oh, I'm going to work out. I'm going to be tired. Yeah, but then you're going to have this natural energy that comes with it. I sleep better. I move better. I can get up the stairs with no problem. Like I hardly ever. Now, if I'm going to a building where it's like a whole lot of flights, I'm absolutely taking the elevator. Don't get it twisted. But if I'm going somewhere and I need to go up one floor, maybe two, I'm taking the steps. Because one, I'm like, oh, it's a quick way for me to, get in a little something. And two, because I can do it without sweating and huffing and puffing. I feel good about it. I don't circle around in the parking lot looking for the closest space I can find. I pull into the parking lot. The first one I get to, I pull in and then I walk because that's not a concern for me. And those are the things that I celebrate, that I can park way back in the back of the parking lot. And I'm not using my time circling, trying to find something close by. Park and walk. Being able to get up the steps. And if the elevator is looking like it's crowded or it's taking too long, that I can go and take the steps. and not be dripping in sweat when I do that, to be able to play with my kids, and for them to be like, "Oh, mom's strong." Yes, I am. Don't ever forget. But to be able to run and play with them, um, and really do it and not be like, "Oh, mom's tired." No, what's up? Let's play. I enjoy that. And I do love that they get to see that, and that's something that they now, you know, want to do just for themselves because that's something that they see. Um, but I just move better, feel better, sleep better. And also I like being strong. And so that's the other thing that I focus on when I go to work out. If I was been lifting one weight for a while, can I either take the weight up or can I up the number of reps? Y'all, doing that is just you talk about a confidence booster. Those are the things, and being able to try new things and to not be scared to try those things. That's what I focus on. That is why I show up. I tell you what, too, because I've been lifting heavier, been intentional about that. And I had a moment the other day, I was like, man, I could take a nap. It's because I was just, sometimes you have those days. And so I'm not saying that your days have to be perfect. But then I talked to myself and I lie to you not. I walked by the mirror. I saw my legs because I've been putting in the work. And I said, girl, if you don't get to the gym, we are going, come on. No, these legs are looking good. Today is also supposed to be leg day. Let's keep this party going. I'm telling you, everything's sitting up right and tight. I love it. I'm here for it. And those are the things that I'm looking towards, y'all. I'm taking pictures, noticing that, my clothes fit better. And then I just feel better. And again, I'm not basing it on a number. You know what I mean? Like the confidence that I have when I show up has nothing to do with the number on the scale. Nothing. It has to do with just that inner feeling and me knowing that I'm showing up for myself, knowing that I'm getting stronger, and just having that, intrinsic, I don't say motivation, but just having that, that self-confidence that you are putting forth an effort daily to be the best version of you, knowing that you're showing up for you. That's why I continue to show up. It's nothing to do with the number on the scale. And so I hope that if that's been your whole thing, that you can switch it. We have to find another why, and we have to make activity just a regular part of life, not something we do when we want to see the number go down on the scale. Y'all, it's a vicious cycle that you don't have to be caught up in. So I would like to challenge you. If that's been your thing, first of all, throw the scale away. I'm telling you, I put it in my closet. I put it at the top. I put it in another room. Get it out the house. Get it out the house. And I will be completely real. I was like, oh, yeah, I went through withdrawals. I'm not even joking. I mean, one like physical, but I definitely was like, okay, what I do? I was so programmed to getting up. Let me go pee. Let me take these clothes off. Let me hop on this scale, that it felt weird. And I'm like, well, what do I weigh though? And how do I know how to start my day and what I need to do if I don't know what I weigh? And when I started realizing how weird it felt, that's when I realized that I had been in a really vicious, ugly cycle with the scale. And now not having it, the freedom to, drink water until my heart's content before I go to bed, which is usually a bad thing for the morning because my bladder won't let me be great. But still, to be able to drink water in peace at night without worrying about how that's going to affect the number on the scale in the morning, y'all, let it go. Get that scale out of your house. Get the scale out of your house. Next thing, go take some pictures. If you have a tape measure at the house, take some measurements. Google where you need to look up and where you should be measuring. Find a space. Just make sure you're always in that same spot. Take the measurements. Take the pictures. But also, if you need to, take a journal. Journal how you're feeling and pay attention to the difference that you're feeling within yourself as you're starting to show up for yourself. And you know what the thing is, when that's your focus, and also journal like what you're lifting. Hey, I started out and I was picking up 10s, and then today I went in, I picked up the 15s. Next thing you know, you'll be like, yo, I'm picking up like 30-pound weights for no problem. Like that ain't even nothing but a thing. I love going into the gym and like picking up 45s, 50s, what I'm doing, chest press. That feeling of empowerment. Oh my gosh, y'all. That's where strength is right there. When you find those things to work towards, that's what keeps you showing up. And eventually that mindset will shift and you'll be like, I show up just because I deserve it. I show up because my body shows up for me every day. And in order for me to show up as the best version of myself, I need to take care of myself. So I promise you, y'all, your worth is not in your weight. And I'm in no way trying to say, that you don't need to, disregard. You'll know if you go take regular appointments, go and see your doctor, and if you know that you have a body fat mass that needs to drop. That's the big thing for me. Not the whole weight, but that there's body fat that needs to be dropped. Show up for yourself consistently, and the byproduct is going to be that's going to happen. But take that number off the scale. Stop feeling like you have to wait until you hit that number before you're worthy of feeling good. You're worthy of feeling good right now. You are everything right now. Talk to yourself like that right now. You don't have to wait till you hit a certain number or a certain size to say, I'm beautiful or I'm great. You're deserving of love and you're deserving of all the positive talk right now. Right now. I was about to go off on another tangent about sides, and I'm just going to make a little quick side note. Let go of the sizes too, y'all. All these different companies have different sizes, and it doesn't matter. I promise you. You might have pick up something in one size and this is a 14, and then you get it in another size and that's a 16, and they are the same exact size, but these companies have done stuff that's, people know that people are so obsessed with sizes that they put a smaller number in there to psychologically make people feel better. But if you were to compare it to something else, another particular brand, and their size may be higher, but they are the exact same. But like mentally, you're like, but I can't put this size on. Y'all, let it go. You are more than the number on the scale. You're more than the number that is on the tag in your clothes. You are amazing. You are wonderful. You are beautiful. You are worthy of positive self-talk right here, right now. And there's not a scale or a piece of clothing that could determine that. That's something that you need to know. I was about to say decide. Now you need to know right now. One of the worst things, and I look back and I learned from it, is that my confidence was so low at a time where I just felt like I was so tied to the scale. And I was like, Meek, you were beautiful, amazing, and wonderful then. And I hate that I couldn't see it then. But I don't look back at old pictures and go, whew. I look back and say, man, you were so beautiful right there and you didn't even know it. So give yourself grace, give yourself love, and give yourself the gift of getting rid of your scale. Give yourself the gift of movement and just start moving your body. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Look, start walking. Start walking, and then just have a goal. You know what? Yesterday I walked from here to here. Tomorrow, maybe I walk just a little bit farther. Maybe the next day I walk just a little bit quicker, and start seeing your body, get stronger. And then you start challenging yourself in different ways. And then you're going to realize that it feels really good to show up for yourself. And then you're going to realize one day that you've made a lifestyle change and it's who you are. And that's going to feel really good. It's going to feel great. Okay. Well, thanks for listening to my TED Talk. I just felt like somebody needed to hear that. So if you've been in a space where your days have been, the greatness of your day has been based on what you weigh, let me tell you, stop. You are deserving and worthy of a great day right here today, and the scale can't tell you that. So go throw those scales away. I would love to hear when you do. And you know where you can do that? In the Looking for My Fit community. Y'all, love the community so much. And last week's episode was an episode that I recorded live in the group, and the interaction was everything. Like, that absolutely added to all the energy that was flowing around that episode. If you haven't listened to that about how to get unstuck, I need you to go on back to that episode. It was episode number 28, and listen to that episode. It was so good. But I would love for you to come and join the community. So head on over to Facebook and search for the Looking for My Fit community with Meek Rich. Or you can just click right here within the show notes. I'll have this on all the platforms. I'll have that included. And that link that I put will help you get connected all the way around, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook. Would love to connect with you. But also, y'all, if this resonated with you or you know somebody who needs to hear it, send it to them. Sometimes we hear things and we keep it to ourselves. But if you know there's somebody else who's kind of in the same spot, keep it to them. I mean, well, not keep it to you. Give that to them. Share that with them so that they can, get this good word too. We're all worthy of all the great things right now. Okay. All right, y'all. Well, I hope that you continue to have an amazing day. Thanks again for tuning in. Don't forget to go and join the community. More information is coming up on that. And I will see you all next week. Bye, y'all. Y'all, I am so excited about this community, and I really hope that you'll decide to join. You can join by clicking the link in the show notes, clicking the link in my Instagram profile, or simply by going to Facebook and searching Looking for My Fit community with Meek Rich. Hope to see you there.